Welcome to Out Loud with Steve and Mal. Ooh, so who do we have in our cornered celebrity? Eurovision fame. He's got like 18 names. I just looked them all up, but he goes by Ovi. Ovi, welcome to Out Loud with Steve and Mal.
Hello, guys. Thanks for having me in. It's not Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's just Ovi.
I was
Just
going
the
to ask.
Obi-Wan, like that.
I said it. I said it before you was gonna ask me.
Yeah, there you go. He knows you already, Steve. You've been out. He knows about the American.
Yeah. If you want to just like close in with this about the names, the name in the passport, it's Ovidiu. The old name before I got married, it's a strange name. It's actually from a city in Ukraine, Cherno. It's my father's name, which I never liked, to be honest. And when I got married with my Norwegian wife, she said, "I'm not going to take your name, just family name. Sorry, just so you know that."
Great.
We're gonna live in Norway, and I'm not gonna call myself Kitty Chernotan or something, whatever, So I said, fair enough, no problem. I had to call my father and ask him, "Do you have a problem?" There's family things, with the fathers that want to carry the names through the generations. And he said, no problem at all. And then I wanted to actually to take my mother's name, which is Martin, as a family name, because I thought that was cool.
That makes sense. Sure.
Yeah. And but at the time I was living in Norway, and it was, to do all the paperwork in Romania. That was just like, I said, okay, Jacobson it is. I'll take your name. So I got kind of married.
Ovi Jacobson, and we have you live and direct now. How have you been? What's been going on in your world?
In this part of the world, where we're closer to Ukraine than anybody else. Luckily, we're in the NATO alliance. Well, there's nothing wrong here with us, but of course, everybody's a little, disturbed about what happened. But otherwise, everything is cool here. The spring is here. I don't know how the weather is in your end.
We're getting hot. It's getting good. America is warming up too. So yeah.
Are you in London now, Melissa, or are you
I'm in London.
You're in London. Okay, cool. Yeah. And Steve, you're in Nashville, right?
No, I am not. I'm in Los Angeles today.
LA. I love LA, man.
That's right.
World's at the most with you. Yeah.
I got my board shorts on. I'm ready to go to the beach today. It's going to be 84. Get my tan on. Don't shush me. Don't shush. She already shushed me already, Ovi. Come on now.
Yeah. You guys work together. Don't put me in the middle of you guys.
I never shush Ovi. Yeah. I'd never do that to Ovi.
Now, exactly.
So I got to ask you the first question then. If you talk about working together, here you were, big 2010. Love that song. Love that song.
Thank you.
2014 as well. We'll talk about the music and all that. Americans, we don't really know about Eurovision. We just don't. And that's okay. It's a great concept. But my first question has to be with your partner that you work with. Okay. And all these years working together. Look at it. I already just saw his eyes. He has the same eyes I do. Like, how do we do that? So how do you work with her? How do you, tell me about that relationship and how it was put together?
It was a very funny situation when we met. She was in a jury while I was representing Norway at the time in Romania as a singer in one of the biggest singer contests in Romania. Actually, even Celine Dion won a prize years back at this one. It's called Golden Stag in a beautiful city in Transylvania. Mm-hmm. I got lucky to win two prizes. Sorry. And she came up to the stage to me and congratulated me and said, you're very good, and you're very good as well. We're both kind of the singer-songwriter types. She also played the piano, and I said, well, now that we got to meet each other, let's try to do something together. Mm-hmm. Oh, that would be nice, she said. And then I just left back to Norway. That's in 2009. And at the time, during the spring of 2009, I was already making my way up slowly but surely into the Norwegian pop music. I got signed with a label in Oslo. And I also been in the finals, in Eurovision finals in Norway, when this guy Reebok won that year with the violin, if you guys follow, but you don't know probably. So my plan was to go back to Norway, start writing a song that would work for both, artists like the way we are, with the piano and all that. I was lucky to work on my first album, the debut album at the time, with some very good producers from Oslo. They're very big nowadays. Funny story, we can talk about it, but my first album, that album was actually first done in LA. It was a total disaster. I can tell you about it.
Can I just ask him, Ovi, was Steve on it? He didn't do backing vocals, did he? That might have been why.
No. Otherwise, I wouldn't have mentioned it. No,
it would have been a hit. Oh,
exactly.
It would have been a hit. My doo-wops and my it was perfect.
Yeah,
it wasn't. It was bad. It was flat.
Yeah, but you'd fit better with that in Eurovision, Steve. I'll tell you what, they love those high notes in Eurovision. But
I hit the note. It hurt.
Just get the tight board shorts on. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but that was the time. So we decided that I went home. I wrote the song. I co-produced it with this very good producer from Oslo. She loved it. She tried several times to win the national final the years before, because that's what you have to do before you represent a country. You have to first win your national final.
Got different heats. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So after you win that, you get the chance to represent Romania, and then you go to the semifinals, you go, and luckily to the final, and we got that lucky that we came to the third place.
Amazing.
So and since then we've collaborated. We had a TV show together. I took all the crap from her,
He does
many years. She was like, the typical diva kind of.
What?
I don't know about Melissa, but
Mel is a diva. What are you talking about?
I don't know. You guys work together, so it's good. We learn from the divas as well, right? Don't we?
You do learn from the divas, yeah.
As well, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the moves, especially.
Exactly.
It starts with the moves. Yeah.
All this, yeah.
But no, seriously, we achieved a lot of great things, both for the country. Yeah. We had a TV show, like I said, for 4 seasons, called The Dueling Pianos.
Love that.
On the national TV, we did again try to win the national final in 2014, as you mentioned, and we're the first artist to win twice the national final and represent Romania.
Wow,
that's amazing. Twice.
Yeah. So it's been a very nice ride when it comes down to Eurovision.
Wow,
and the collaboration with her.
I'm just laughing because I can see Steve thinking, "Could we do Eurovision, me and Steve?"
Why not?
I'll tell you one thing. You Steve, you just told me that we don't know much about Eurovision, but right before the pandemics, I was in 2019 or something like that. I was in a big songwriting camp in Palm Springs, arranged by Richard Harris and the other girl that wrote Genie in a Bottle for Christina Aguilera. What's her name?
Christina.
Well, she is. Yeah. So I was invited to that camp, and awesome. I remember that there were coming in some very good young, already famous songwriters from LA. And when they heard about Eurovision, so, man, what you do? Get to know each other, and what's your achievements? Yeah. And when I said the word Eurovision, man, I want to get into that. I want to be in that. I wanted to go into that. Yeah. So as far as I know, I think US is kind of going to import this concept more or less with the EBU, which has the rights to do it. Yeah. Maybe it's going to be tailored to the American market, but still the same concept. Right. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I don't know.
So it's now the biggest music event, isn't it? That's televised, and it's 180 million people that actually view that over the last couple of kind of years with the stats that have come back from TV.
I think it's always been the most watched. Yeah.
I mean, it's a great concept if you just, I'm a kind of a historian. So it was put together after World War II, the way to get Europe all together. It's a great concept, if you ask me. That's probably why, since it's Euro, that's why the Americans are involved. Although, with 180 million viewers, that's how many Twitter follows we have, almost. So.
Oh yeah, we're doing really well, Ovi. So what did it feel like to be kind of involved and get to those kind of heats? You must have been absolutely like buzzing.
The first time, when you start reading, you do get a crocodile skin after that. After a while, but in the beginning, you really get hurt. You read all kinds of things that some of them can be very personal. I mean, look at him. Why? He's not that good looking, or he's not this, or he can't really sing that good. He can't, So you really take that into you. And I think in the beginning, I had a few moments when I really was crying inside myself, like, man.
Wow.
And I got a good help from my wife, Kitty, at the time. She said, just don't bother, it's gonna. Haters are everywhere, and you can't please everybody. You can't, but the biggest test is when you actually go on that stage, you represent the country, and when you start getting points from all over, in Europe, that's a sign that you actually did something right, both as an artist on the stage, and the song is rather good, probably. So but it can hurt in the beginning.
Yeah,
is it prouder to have the song or to represent your country? I mean, that's a tough question. I mean, is there really a difference between the two for you?
I think the national pride really, burst into you, because you do. I mean, on your shoulders, it's a kind of a burden. You do represent. It's like an Olympics. It's like an Olympics or Final Cup World Soccer. I don't know. It's a big thing, and all eyes on you, and the whole country. You either fail and they will just like boo, or you really like, you represent them, and everybody's like stopping you on the street even today, and it's like, hey, Ovi, I was watching at the time. You made us so proud, and all that. The national feeling, it's very strong, and Madison knows about this in Europe. Very much.
Yeah, absolutely. So competitive. How did you feel just before you were about to stand out on stage the very first time you actually done Eurovision? How did that feeling feel? Because that must be an epic feeling. I've done lots of gigs. You've done lots of gigs all around the world. But to be on a platform that big and knowing that so many eyes are on you.
Well, the whole thing started with the national finals in Norway. My first appearance was in 2006 with the ballad. I got lucky to be part of that national final. Then 2009 came, when I got all the way to the final as well again, and I did pretty good. So I already had some time to get used to that circus, as we call it, because it's like a circus of everything. It is, media and all that, and fans and haters and lovers.
The lovers and the haters.
The lovers and the haters. So I got the chance to start to kind of understand the whole dimension of this Eurovision concept. I think Paula was much more afraid of the whole thing. Once you're in that big stage, once you're competing with the other countries. I actually used to tease her right before we got in the stage. Hey, just don't mess it up, okay?
You sound like him. That's what he would do to me. I'd be biting on my
neck. Well, Steve, you're my man, huh? Fine. We got to put the divas on their place at some time.
I'm just about to go out. He'd say to me, why are you wearing that dress? It makes you look a bit bigger than normal.
I never said that. You just asked the question, do I look fat in this? And I just I'm not answering that. I am not.
Exactly.
No, so I got the chance to kind of slowly but surely get used to the concept. So when the big thing came in 2010, I was probably more ready, and that I think Paula really felt that I was, a very good partner on the stage, really supported her. And that's all about, when you do, and especially you have 3 minutes to, either do something, fantastic or not. And she had to hit those high notes. It's a lot of stress, but we were very we train a lot. We were very disciplined, as you do in a competition, to achieve that. So yeah.
So what do you think is the formula to a successful song that kind of gets through to the kind of like heat?
Yeah, because I'm taking notes on how
Steve's writing that down, and we need to get our song right, don't we, Steve? We need to get it perfect.
Well, if you just stop the recording, I'll tell you, and then we come back to recording.
Yeah, okay.
No, nobody can. Yeah, exactly.
We just knock Steve off the call. Don't worry.
Yeah. If I'd have that,
sure.
if I've had that recipe, I would have won it 4 times by now.
Sure.
Well, Eurovision, from its beginnings, it was meant to be a songwriting contest. Nowadays, it's far more than that. It's the whole concept. It's how do you put the act on the stage? It's the lights, it's the glam, it's the boom, it's the bam, it's the all things, together. In the beginning was the song, with the artist and the lyrics. Maybe it's still important to have a very good song, obviously. But nowadays it's about the lights, the show. We came with this double piano,
I love.
That was epic.
Yeah,
so
with
cool.
flames from my hand and all that stuff.
That's Steve's dream. He wants to know where the piano went, and did you take it home, and could he buy it off you? That's what he said earlier.
We of course it's ours, but I think at the time was Radu, which is nowadays ex-husband of Paula. He was a very handy guy to manufacture all these things, because he made it custom for us.
Wow.
Exactly. I showed him some pictures. We talked about the idea and all that, the keys that were lit in when he played them and all that, So he was a really handy man, and he did that. The same thing we did in 2014 with the circular piano. Exactly. So he constructed that as well. I think that double piano nowadays, it's belongs to the national TV station in Romania, because they paid for it at the time.
So Outlouders need to go and check out your YouTube. Look out up Ovi Jacobson, and you'll be able to see this amazing masterpiece. That was so cool. So good.
Thank you.
By chance, I was looking at the actual music videos. Was that stressful as well? So now you have a successful song, and now you have to produce a music video. I would think that would even be more difficult. Or was it or did you do the video first?
First. You always do it before. Because once you won the national final, then you would have to kind of build up the package, right? You have the song, you won the national final, we're the artists, what are you going to dress, and everybody's going to put a music video together. And we worked with a kind of like high-tech director at the time. He wanted to do this, machine, I don't know, it's kind of like sci-fi type of it was fun type of music video, but you always do that before you go into the actual final. I
mean, I love the video. I like the water concept and all of that. I was like, this is great. And I'm
that's the second one.
As a presenter here in the States, I'm really surprised the 2 videos and 2 songs I heard didn't actually chart here. So I don't know how that all works, but we're going to play your 2 songs.
Thank you.
So we're absolutely going to do it, because I loved them. I was singing along to them, and Mal's like, stop, you're off key. I'm like, hold on. I am not.
He couldn't hit high notes. He was trying to hit Paula's high notes. It wasn't good. Yeah.
Steve, I have big plans to go to Eurovision to represent for the last time Romania next year. I do have a song which I wrote with the winner of Eurovision, very good songwriter from Oslo. We have a big plan regarding that. You're officially invited to Romania in the delegation, you and Melissa, of course, but maybe me and Melissa will. So you'll be my guest to be part of the delegation, to part of the big show. And maybe me and Melissa, we can write another song as well. So
we're excited, because we're back in the studio, aren't we? We're back in the studio
exactly.
with a song.
You can't put me in the back of the delegation, though. I'm a little taller than most people. Don't put me in the back, though. Don't put me in the corner, okay? Nobody puts baby in the corner. Nobody.
You'll be my bodyguard, man.
There you go.
So now I'm just security. Just McCurdy.
You want to be you want to be on stage? Want to be a backing vocal? What do you want?
So the entire world heard I just got invited. So I'm showing.
Yes, you are.
I'm showing
Yes.
Wow, wow.
It's
Look
official.
at that smile. Do you see? He's really happy now.
It's official.
Yeah, it's official now. So yeah, so we're in the studio tomorrow, and I'm doing vocals, and then we've got another track cooking.
Look,
that's unbelievable. That's
I know.
This whole process is just blowing my mind. I'm just wow. You know, talking to someone like you and that kind of history of all that. As I said, I'm a music historian, that kind of stuff. This is great stuff. It just is. Wow.
But it's a beautiful, you know, last night was the first semifinal again for this year's Eurovision contest. It's already on. On Saturday, it's the final. Thursday is the second semifinal. So it's a beautiful event, you know. They got Rita Ora to perform yesterday, like big act. It's like it's a huge TV show as well, you know.
And it's in the UK. It's in Liverpool this year. So,
exactly, exactly.
Which is fantastic as well. So
I love the presenters. I don't know them, but they really did a very good.
They do a grand job. They really
yeah.
So what else are you working on, Ovi? Apart from all these wonderful Eurovision things, what else has been happening in your universe in the studio?
How many more projects are you working on? That's essentially what she's asking. Okay.
Yeah.
As many as I can. No, exactly. I do. You know, the Eurovision thing. It's been the thing that brought me some fame and some little bit of fortune, maybe. Speaking of it, you know, because you just mentioned it, Samantha, it's a great platform. Think about it. That I was not a known artist. I was nobody. I was just an upcoming, you know, singer-songwriter that I wanted to find my way out into this jungle. And you know, from being nobody, and if you win the national final, boom, and that big stage, and the whole Europe, maybe the whole world sees you. So it's like, you know, you'd have to have 2-3 hits to get to that point. You know, a level of awareness. So that's a great platform especially for young artists that don't know how to, you know. Me and Melissa, we know how it is with hits. You know, you may be lucky, you may not be lucky. You know, it's not always the case that it's a good song or not. You know, there's other things that pushes that song to become a hit. But this platform really gives you the chance to be from nobody to somebody.
Absolutely. Did you find the impact of that just walking down the street or going to kind of go? Did people recognize you? Yeah. Oh dear. So you couldn't go and buy your milk and your cornflakes without people going, "It's Ovi."
It was funny when I was living at the time in Norway, and I remember we lived a little bit outside of a city. As always, we always like to live on the countryside. So that little grocery store we used to go to, when I came first after that, there was a big like a label right into the entrance of the grocery store. Congratulations, Ovi, for the Eurovision. Wow. We're proud of you. Yeah, so stuff like that.
Have posters up. Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, it is. You do get very hot in your head for some time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's really cool. You realize that things are a little easier if you want to go to some municipality to get a piece of paper or something. Oh yeah, Ovi, please. Yeah, sir. Yeah, we'll fix it for you. Especially down in Eastern Europe after we moved here in Romania, where, you know, there's still some corruption. There's still some, you know.
Of course. Yeah.
So yeah, I got that piece of the taste of that, of course.
So essentially, it's going to be drinks and food on you. So that's
planned.
That's what I'm going to be doing. Like, Ovi, he's paying.
True. You'll say it how it's going to be next year. If we win the national final again and you're going to be on that delegation, you'll just go like, you're going to be the journalist that will cover the whole thing for the whole world.
Yeah, we'll do some behind the scenes video, all that kind of stuff.
And Melissa, if she's not involved in the song, she could be in the backing vocals or on stage or whatever.
I would love to be there. Thank you, Ovi.
Yeah.
So right there, just background for you. Okay. I'm up front. She's back. As you can tell, we argue all day long, Ovi. We just do.
No,
As
he
long
just
as
could do backing vocals if I wasn't doing the song, so I could be doing the song. So don't put me down. Don't put me down.
Just saying, step back a little bit, Steve, up
Just
front
go
here.
vol au vents, okay? Just go get the vol au vents and the champagne. Just kind of hand it round.
should I take a break? Come back to
Yeah,
fill you
that's
guys with you.
I love you to the rim.
Yeah. Okay. Back to your question. On parallel to Eurovision, that it's a specific concept. Songwriting wise, you have to do in 3 minutes your best abilities in pop music and all that. Of course, I was the singer-songwriter type, always very attracted to the Elton John, Bruce Hornsby, the West Coast type of singer-songwriters, especially from States. So if you listen to my first album, especially, which is called This Gig Almost Got Me Killed,
love that title. Love that.
Yeah, there's some really good songs in there, I think, which are Bill Withers, like I said, Bruce Hornsby, stuff like that. Because I'm a piano player as well, so I brought in that. I hope. If you can play a song called Audrey, for instance, right?
Okay.
That you'll love that. You'll hear the West Coast. So this is the real Ovi musically.
Okay. And it's called Audrey. Did you say Audrey?
Audrey, yeah, Audrey.
Because we've actually got someone on the show of Out Loud called Audrey, who's actually in the background. Yeah, she's smiling.
Okay, this is for her. This is
Audrey, you just said it's for her. Oh my God, the production meetings will never be the same now.
No, you can't. No. Go away.
Yeah, she can. Yes, you can. Come on, Audrey. She loved the lyrics. No, this is the stuff I always did love, and which is like, and nowadays I also have another project. It's a crossover thing called Pop Folklorica. Where I'm kind of mixing this vintage soul, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder-ish.
It's amazing.
Type of thing with the Romanian traditional folklore, which is very diverse and very cool. It's really nice. So I think I have probably the best musicians from Romania with me. I have the best jazz piano player doing that, the best drummer, bass player, whatever. And there's two brothers playing these traditional instruments. One of them is cymbalum, playing is like looks very difficult, and the other one plays all the instruments that can think about it.
I have watched the video. Yeah. It's amazing. The musicianship in it is unreal. But I'm just Ovi. Can I just come in? Steve has a kazoo. Yeah, put your fingers in your ears. He wants to play in a band, the kazoo. Is there room for that in your band? Are there any kazoos?
Steve, you're in charge now to arrange our first tour or first concerts in the US. You'll be in the band, brother.
Wow. Officially, just got you a kazoo gig. You owe me. I got you a kazoo gig with Ovi.
It's very exciting doing this thing I do now with them. We're going to some festivals in Europe this summer and in Romania as well. And I think if we get the chance to come to US, like LA, whatever,
sure,
it's gonna be so cool because people will be amazed at the the
really
musicality,
cool.
The sound that's the way we mix the jazz, the soul, the vintage things with this. So this is it's a very dear project to me nowadays.
It sounds like the project from Paul Simon when he did the album based on the music from South Africa.
Okay, cool.
And I don't recall the album of it, but that kind of concept sounds like a great idea. If for all those listeners out there, I'm sure they'll post out what album that is. But it's the Paul Simon album that's worth listening to, where they're bringing traditional sounds from Africa and stuff, which is just an amazing album. He won like 8 Grammys. So
wow,
there you go. I'll give it a listen. Actually, yeah. It's this world music crossover world, thing. So, of course, it's a thing that impresses mostly on stage because it's a live concept, Yeah, and besides. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, just for time and all that, where can people follow Ovi's World? Essentially, that's what it should be. If it's not Ovi's World on Twitter, it needs to be.
I don't have a Twitter. I have the Insta. It's Ovi Jacko.
Okay, there we go.
To get it on Instagram, the same thing on Facebook. I think it's just Ovi on Facebook. You'll find me on all the platforms: Apple Music, on Spotify, Deezer, Ovi. With the Eurovision songs, with this other stuff that I did, and even the project that I've just mentioned, Pop Folklorica, has its own Insta and Facebook page. It's called Pop Folklorica.
Yeah, I'm following that on Insta. So yeah, anyone following me will be able to
So
find
you got
that.
anything being released this year in 23? Like,
yeah, we already played the whole material in the studio. We're in the phase of editing everything and releasing the first single as soon as possible.
Hey, once that's ready, we'll have you come back.
Okay? Yeah, that'd be brilliant. See what's going on.
And if you'd like, we'll premiere it right here, or at least the American premiere or London, whatever version that we need to do. I
actually told the guys that I was rehearsing with them. We're going to a festival on Friday, and I said, guys, I'm going to have this big interview with this big guys from States in London. So I'm going to talk also about our projects. They were really excited. So
bring them all on next time. The more the merrier. Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, I mean the jazz piano player. He's been doing Blue Note in New York. You know, so he's London. He did Ronnie Scott's Jazz in London. So he's
wow, that's an amazing venue. One of my favorite venues.
So cool. That's the level of the musicians. You know, so.
Amazing. Oh, yeah, having a ball.
Wow.
And yeah, well, Steve joins the band. You're going to go another level.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, Steve, you're part of the band now, so.
I just want to be in the concert poster. That's all I'm gonna do. I look good just standing there holding a bag.
Can I just say I want 20% because I've just I've done a good negotiation there. 20%.
I agree.
I'm just going to get the contract kind of drawn up.
I agree.
Yeah. Thank you, Ovi.
Wow. Ovi, it is always a pleasure to have you out loud. We will have you back.
Thank you, Ovi.
What a fantastic interview. Guys, go follow him. Go check out the music. One of our Eurovision connections. Thank
you, guys. Thank you for having me.
See you soon. Take care.
Bye.
All the best.